Hello guys, and welcome to episode 24 of my Medieval 2 Total War campaign, playing as England on very hard difficulty. Today we are going to be continuing our war with Milan, which we started in the last episode. And well, we certainly are going to have some battles on our hands. We do have this army that we need to get through, as well as the rebel army. We will be taking Bern soon enough. We've also got to look at attacking up towards Aarhus here, which is the Danish capital. And after we take that, I believe the last settlement would be further north. There is some trade goods over there, which I think might be worth quite a bit. So I'm just going to select a merchant and have a look.
At your service.
This is a trade resource worth 149 florins. I think it's like amber or something. Or is it gold? I think it might just be gold. Yeah, so it'd be definitely worth having some merchants head that way eventually. I'm a little bit worried about this huge Imperial army. We don't really have an army in the way to stop that at the moment.
Come closer.
What we do have, though, is in Hamburg the ability to recruit yeoman archers. So that's something I'm definitely going to take advantage of. Since the mailed knights are replenished, I'm actually just going to merge the rest of these units and we'll get some replenishment going. So let's get the longbowmen and billmen retrained, and after that I can then focus maybe on a couple of feudal knights to join us. They aren't crazy better than mailed knights though, but they cost the same upkeep and they just have that little bit extra armor, so worth having really. Anyway, we do have 4,000 left. Got to find places to spend that good old cash. In Cairo, we are waiting to sort out the revolt here that we caused by staying out of the settlement for one turn. We've also got to deal with this merchant here that has been seizing all of our assets.
My lord.
Starting to feel the need for like another army though. So that might be something that I start doing. I could maybe just add into the army at Metz actually. That might be a good shout, since we already have quite a large amount of forces there. And all I'd need to do is just recruit some armoured swordsmen and dismounted feudal knights that can go over to Metz and join the forces here. Because we already have 1, 2, 3, 4 units of archers, we just don't really have the infantry to accompany them, so getting that in would be a good idea. In terms of spear units, the best we're going to get is levy spearmen, so might be worth just adding a couple of those to the queue in Metz already. We also don't have any cavalry, but we can add to that from elsewhere for sure. Or not. Not entirely sure. We might just have to get some mailed knights. I thought we might have access to sort of feudal knights here in Angers, but we don't, so that's not happening. Oh well, that's a lot of the cash spent on troops this turn. No rebels I need to worry about in England, I don't think. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Look at all these priests coming down to Granada. Or will our spy get into Aarhus? No. Definitely not. That's a shame. Would have been good to possibly have the ability to open the gate sooner than later and get in if we were to start a siege. Surprised they're letting me blockade Alexandria still. But oh well. That spy died. Merchants Guild at Rennes. Is that worth having? Possibly, actually. But I don't think we're going to be building any merchants here, so that kind of seems a bit pointless. Let's decline that for now. So, spy killed. Agent detected in Egypt. He was publicly executed. Death stalks the land in Marseille. Oh dear, that's not good. Fortunately, we don't have a leader here, so we don't have to worry about that. Fourth again, in terms of financials. Let's upgrade Dijon. And we have the stone wall upgraded in Rennes, which is why the guild offer came up. Right, since this is the only place where I can get these armoured swordsmen and yeoman archers, let's get a couple more of those. We can get yeoman archers elsewhere actually, but we'll build them here and we'll just have this army sort of move over towards Metz. And the merchant trained up in Cairo, so let's get him out of there.
At your service.
And we'll put him on to the sugar, I think. He's not very good.
Business shall we
I think
take
he's like a level
sire?
1. Yeah, he's pretty terrible actually. So having him here might be a really bad idea. I don't want him anywhere near that merchant really. Let's maybe head up the coast.
I'll continue once I have rested, sire.
Sicily and Milan have ceased their war, and a cardinal was promoted from Poland. Let's sort these
Yes, Your Highness.
priests out down here. This is only 19%, so we can probably keep a couple there anyway. But
Yes,
this one
Your
coming
Highness.
down, I think I'm just going to send straight to
Gods.
Marrakesh.
Continuing once I... God's service.
How's this guy doing for piety? He's getting there. I think one more and he might be able to become a cardinal.
Hail, my king.
Right, time to attack these rebels, I think.
field of battle. We will meet you there.
And then we will carry on
Hail,
to
my king.
the Milanese.
By your will, sire, we shall engage.
Since these are mostly militia, I don't want to auto-resolve and get punished for it, so we are going to actually fight this on the battle map.
Muster your courage, men. We march into battle.
Straight after, we'll go into the battle with the Milanese. And that will definitely be a difficult battle. I wonder if they actually have any of those like Pavis crossbowmen. Because if they do, then the battle will be very difficult. So we shall start the deployment. It's a bit of a weird map actually. Can we like deploy on the other side here? No. That's our archers sorted. We know what we're up against. And it's just, there's no ranged forces, so we just want to create a wall really for our archers, and then the archers can just attack them before they get to us, and that'll be job done. So let's start the battle. We're going to have to get across here as soon as possible, I think. So let's just do that now. Wait, what? Oh, we cannot move there because we're obstructed. Okay, so how do we get over here? Is this like a bugged map? I am really confused. Guess we just have to hope that they move close to us so that we can hit them with the arrows and then eventually make them rout. Because otherwise I don't see this battle ending. We shall see. The AI might know the way. Who knows? This is ridiculous. Okay, let's let our archers fire away. That's got rid of one unit, more or less.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Okay. Is this pretty much it? This is incredible. I've never had a battle like this before. We quite simply cannot move past the middle here. Oh well, I think we have enough ammo to make this work.
The enemy army flees. All of Christendom will be.
There we go. That's one way to do it. That was
By God's will, we have
certainly
triumphed.
interesting.
Hail, my king.
Here we go again.
As you will, my king. To battle.
They have the Carrossio Standard. 13 attack, 16 defense. The Carrocchio, or Carrossio, however you pronounce it, is a wagon bearing the city's standard. It acts as an inspirational focal point for the entire army, driving the men to new heights of bravery. It is guided by an elite unit who protect it with their lives. It's just a bunch of cavalry and crossbowmen. That's what we're up against in that army. And then the second army does have some crossbow militia, but not too much. So this is going to be a really interesting battle because there's just no melee engagement really. Right, let's go ahead and fight it on the battle map.
Glory to your name, sire. We attack.
If we can win this battle, then we should be able to go and take Genoa. That's the idea at least. And then the army that's going to take Bern can move down to Milan. So we shall start the deployment. We're fighting in the mountains, which is certainly extreme, but there we go. I'm going to have spearmen on the flanks, so let's set it up so my feudal knights are in the centre. We'll have the spearmen on the flanks here. We'll just have these couple units in the mid, behind all of the archers. I'm going to turn off the skirmish on the archers, and then we have all our cavalry behind. This is our king. He does have a very big retinue of like 68 men. That's pretty.
The enemy are
pretty
bringing
nuts.
in reinforcements.
Right, so I want to kind of head towards them if I can, and we'll speed it up. Maybe get them to engage us. This is an annoying hill, especially considering the amount of ranged forces that they do have. So maybe we sort of come up on the far left side, and that way they'll be below us. I'm saying that I have to keep an eye on their horse movements. At the moment it does look like they're kind of posturing towards us. I want to just try and get up the hill here so that I have the high ground. If we can get around them, then that would be ideal. There's reinforcements coming in from the side. Might make this difficult actually. That's really awkward. I'm going to have some of these spearmen sort of turn around and defend our rear at some point. Let's get the cavalry into the woods. And the rest of these men need to start running because we need to get the crossbowmen killed as soon as possible. I'm just going to smash into these mercenary crossbowmen with my horses. Right, can you guys fire, please? That would be nice. Okay, so we smashed into some of those crossbowmen there. That's good. We are, however, going to get engaged by the mounted sergeants.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Alright, let's engage their melee forces on this side. Over on this side, that is a perfectly fine engagement. I'm tempted to pull off my mailed knights, but I feel like if I do, we're going to take a lot of damage. Right, we managed to catch those mailed knights when they weren't charging, which is good. We can do a lot of damage with that. And what I'm going to do is get my king to run down some of those men. Maybe take out those crossbow militia. The mailed knights are being carved up by my missile units. Well, that's good. Let's engage the general's bodyguard with the spearmen. Let's engage these mercenary Frankish knights as well. Okay, so the general's bodyguard will run down the Genoese militia. Oh, the general's bodyguards actually chewed through those levies.
The enemy. By St. George, we've captured the enemy's general.
Oh, that's good.
Teach the cowardly dog to turn tail and run. Now he can rest at our leisure.
Get these men to charge back.
The enemy general lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell.
And that's the way to do it, apparently. I didn't realise we would get the second one. We got the other one because of the... Well, because of them routing, basically. So the standard is attacking my general here. I think I'm just going to pull him back into the woods. We're not going to continue that engagement. Right, we've taken care of those. Come down onto these crossbow militia. These men are happy marching back. Let's get the spearmen engaged. Just need to keep on top of all of this cavalry, and when it's dead, we're pretty much job done. I'll probably charge back into
the enemy army flees the field.
These forces now.
Pursue and run them down.
This is when my general gets sniped by my own archers. Probably best to stop them firing for now. We did crush this unit, but it seems as though they're fighting on quite well. Pull away from them. We'll get my billmen to engage them.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Okay, time to continue the charge. Just got to make sure that each unit is being chased at least.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men. General's bodyguard with great speed.
So we caught some of the peasant archers there, which is good. Probably just going to run those down.
Heavy infantry, onward.
Oh, that's good. We've captured most of those crossbowmen.
Heavy infantry! General's bodyguard! Heavy infantry! Charge! Charge! General's bodyguard!
The king can run down the men coming up the hill. We'll have the infantry follow them down.
General's bodyguard!
And that should be pretty much it.
Behold
Yeah.
how our cowardly foe runs. It's time to press the attack.
So we're just going to continue there and make sure that we take out as many as we can.
The enemy are
That is it.
utterly vanquished. This is a great victory worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
A heroic victory. I think we managed the armies quite well. Like, killing the reinforcements first, I think, was a good idea. Let's ransom them. But apparently, they did not want to be ransomed.
Glorious victory! Hail, my king!
And we are now going to continue our way
honor,
towards
sire.
Genoa.
We shall continue tomorrow, my liege.
Retinue expands. Veteran warrior for King Rufus. Gets +1 command when commanding infantry. Both of those enemy armies
Hail,
routed.
my king!
Now we'll start the siege on Genoa. I should be able to assault Bern,
Hail, my king!
so let's go ahead and
By
do
your
that.
will, sire, we shall engage.
Since there is some forces here, we are going to have to take this onto the battle map.
Honor and glory await England, men!
I think actually we were able to attack this settlement last term, weren't we? But I forgot. Doesn't really matter. Just slows down the take of Milan. Isn't the biggest problem in the world. Let's start the deployment.
Await my orders.
It's just a standard castle, so we've only got one gate to get through, which is good. But we will want to change the units that are on the ladders. We'll drop those, move them off. I am just going to have the spearmen on them all, I think. And the rest can sort of stay back and remain healthy. Okay. That's probably why I've ended up with so many longbows here and archers and stuff. Is that all the units? Yes, it is. Go ahead and start the battle.
Excellent! Our spy has opened the gates. Let's be done with this wretched siege.
Completely forgot about that. But we are still going to use the ladders on the walls. Reason being, I do want to kill any archers that are up there. And if that's also the case, we may as well move up our archers. Actually, I'm not going to just yet.
Our soldiers have proved their worth today. The enemy's walls belong to us now.
We'll have the billmen attack some of these peasant archers, and we'll have the levy spearmen attack the crossbow militia. We do have the ladders going up, which is
The
good.
ladders are now in place. Walls are no match for the valor and force of our arms.
Alright. Crossbow militia versus levy spearmen. I'm going to assume that the crossbow militia actually have a relatively decent melee attack. But they are already shaken, so... There we go. Are we going to continue towards the square? Sure, why not? The billmen have already made the peasant archers route, so...
The battle is very much in our favour. If we
Good.
remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Levy spearmen should be able to clean up the mailed knights in prolonged combat.
Heavy infantry.
Let's get my horses in here. Reason being, I can run down these archers, for example. We're also going to start bringing in all of the longbowmen and other archers. Just so that I can shoot into the main square. Have these guys start running.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy. Advance! Spearmen, attack!
Go on, men. Clean up those mailed knights. We're going to make them rout again. Good stuff. So now we're just waiting for the archers to get in here. We can shoot the rest to death. Oh, damn it.
By St. George, our
They're
men have
on
slain the
skirmish.
enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Let me just pause it a sec, guys. Sorry about this.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
We can start to move the people forwards. That way we can fit more in. Great. These knights, I don't really want them here. Let's fall back, please. We'll just let the archers do their thing. So these are just peasants.
The battle is very much in our
I
favor.
only need to make
If
them
we
rout.
remain true and steadfast,
They won't
victory
rout
will
as
be
long as they
ours.
are in the square, though. So it might be worth just using the feudal knights to clean these up. And they outclass them so much.
March! Heavy infantry!
Like it should be over so quickly. Oh, there's one mailed knight left, otherwise that would have won me the battle. Oh well, we can chew through them. Left.
My
All the
lord,
last few.
our men are the enemy
And
army
that's job
fleet.
done.
This is a clear victory.
We had like 3 battles today. A couple of them were pretty simple, but taking Bern is nice for sure.
Glory, honor,
Gonna go ahead and occupy that.
My lord, our courage and honor have conquered.
This is actually available to be upgraded. But what I'm going to do is we're going to merge all of the forces. And we're going to retrain the ones that are left. That is fine. In that extra slot, I think I'm just going to get some peasants. We just need some extra infantry.
Yes.
And this
Your
priest is
Highness.
looking to get rid of his
Hail the
heretic.
blasphemer.
And, well, he
They
failed.
shall stand
So-
trial.
God's
That
servant.
sucks.
Where
And our
to,
spy,
sire?
he can move on to Genoa.
I am spent, sire. I
Maybe
shall
he can get the
continue
gates open.
tomorrow.
Yes,
I'll get this priest
Your
out so I
Highness.
don't forget about him. Do we have any other spies sitting around? We do have this one. Let's bring him towards Milan. Wow. His agent skill is great off the bat. Let's get another one. We're going to send that one north. Meanwhile in Hamburg, going to recruit myself some more yeoman archers. We're going to grab some dismounted feudal knights and some feudal knights. That's going to be all our cash spent. And that's going to max out the army. Then we can move on to Aarhus, and we can leave maybe a little bit of a garrison here. Not sure what I will leave behind though, because most of the units are worth keeping. Either way, it has unfortunately been my time, so I am going to leave it here. In the next episode, we will try and assault Genoa. I will maybe get something going with the Danes once again. We should have a siege on Milan from the army at Bern. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how things go. I mean, we'll have to move some of our agents, I think, that are left over for this turn. That's all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.